What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of No Man's Skies. In this episode, we're doing a No Man's Skies 2024 Ultimate Beginner's Guide. So let's get into it. So first of all, when you start a brand new game, you're going to have to choose your different modes. You have a normal mode, you have a relaxed mode, which is basically lower cost. You have a creative mode, which is no cost, no damage, no limits. Just go ham, mate. Build whatever you want. Then you have a survival mode, which gives you more hazards, smaller inventory, increased costs. Then you have a custom mode, which basically you just build out your own sort of game, however you want it, mate. Then you also have an expedition mode, which basically every couple months they throw out an expedition, and then if you just want to go off and do expeditions, then you can do that as well. So first of all, you're going to need your multi-tool, which allows you to collect different resources on different planets. So you can go around just zapping things, and it'll give you things like, your dust. It'll give you all sorts of stuff. You can scan with it as well, so you can scan different things, different animals, different creatures. You can also find different resources and things like this buried technology. You can also tag stuff. So once you tag it, it'll stay on the map like that, and it'll be easier to find. It also has a terrain manipulator, which allows you to then dig down in the ground and find things like this technology module that will give you salvage data. Now, salvage data is one of the overlooked but most used things on the game, and basically that's because you need it to be able to unlock construction units and construction research to be able to build things in the game. One of your first unlocks that I would recommend to get is a personal refiner, and that's so you can refine stuff on the go. Now this thing just runs on carbon, so basically you can run it on carbon or condensed carbon, whatever you want. And then in this module, you can put all different ingredients in there, and when you put them in there, it'll refine them into something different. So if I were to put this carbon in here, for instance, it'll refine it into condensed carbon. So later on, you'll find certain resources that need to be refined to be able to get. You won't be able to find it on the planets. You actually have to refine it. So these are some of the resources here. So you can have, there's a whole bunch of different stuff. Magnetized ferrite's one, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you need the refiner for it to work. So the next thing that you're going to need is this multi-tool. So don't overlook your multi-tool. You want different classes of it, so you want a better class. Not only is this thing actually a weapon, so it's like a gun. You can add different modules to make it into a gun. You can add different modules like scanners and that will allow you to scan for like mines and power, and it'll have shields, all sorts of stuff. Like there's so many different modules you can put on this gun, it's unbelievable. So the better the one, the more modules you can put on. You can also put upgraded modules like these S classes that are on here, or like these pirate ones, which are like forbidden parts that you're not supposed to have on your gun, which, as you can see, this one gives me better fire rate. So yeah, you can upgrade your guns. It can also used as like a scanner, so as you can see, I can look around, I can find electromagnetic spots, and I can basically build something there which will allow me to create mines and things like that. While you're doing this, you can also do this to your ships. So when you first start, you'll have a very low class ship, but then you can go buy better ships and things like that, or you can upgrade your ships, which will give you better damage, better shields, better hyperdrives, better maneuverability, and you do this by adding different modules to your ship. So as you can see, I got a bunch of S-class things on here, better S-class hyperdrives and that, which will allow me to jump further, or like pulse engines allow to, pulse further. There's weapons, shields, all sorts of things you can get, which is insane. One of the things you can get is this galactic scanner thing, which allows you to basically scan for trading posts. So when you're on a planet, you can scan for a trading post, and then it will come up with a little icon showing you where this thing is. And this is like one of the modules you can put on your ship. As you can see, I built right next to it, so it makes it easy for me, mate. But these trading posts, you can go there, you can buy things from there. There's like a little shop thing that allows you to buy stuff, but the main reason you want to go there is so you can get upgraded ships. This is where you'd get them from. So this one, for instance, is an Explorer B class, 7,500,000. So not cheap, mate, not cheap, but this is where you'd get them. So if you wait around in one of these places long enough, you'll find them. See, this one's a Shuttle C class, And in order to buy it, you need to go up to the guy, talk to him, and he'll offer you to buy the ship. See, this is a C class. Obviously, I'm not going to buy it. But if you were to, this is how you do it. You can either swap your ship or negotiate a price. And then, yeah, basically, that's how you get yourself many different ships. You can also get them from space stations. So these space stations can be found one in every single galaxy, and each one is like a little bit different. But as you can see, when we're coming in here, there are different landing pads, and if you wait around long enough, more ships will land here, and you can buy things off them or buy their ships or recruit them to your own crew as well. So in these places, they do have these vendors. And these vendors, you can get different modules for your guns. So this is where you'd find your modules. So basically, if you were to go up, you know, this one here's got a, this is for your spacecraft. So if you were to go up to it, talk to him, and then you'll see that the guy, he's selling different modules. So he's got S-class modules, A-class, B-class, all for many different things. Like you got ones for your hyperdrives, you got ones for weapons, you got ones for everything. But as you play the game, you'll unlock this spatial normality. Now this spatial normality, it's sort of like an online multiplayer mod, what do you call it? Like a hub, multiplayer hub. Where if you normally went in here on multiplayer, I don't have it turned on at the moment, but if you were to, there'd be all multiplayer ships all on these landing pads. And you can trade with them, you can go off and do missions with them, you can do all sorts of things. But this place, there's many different things you can do. One of them is this Nexus, what do they call it? Nexus module thing. And basically this is where you go do missions to get different nanites. You can get salvage frigate modules to be able to upgrade your frigates later on. You can also get Quicksilver. There's many different places in here that you can visit. There's things like this with your expeditions, so it allows you to go and do your expeditions directly in the game instead of going back and starting from the beginning at the starting screen. You can just do it from here and it'll create one for you. But this is the main area you want to visit in here, and this is where you unlock absolutely everything. So if you were to go up to like this guy, for instance, this is where you need to get certain things for your spacecraft to go to different galaxies. So for instance, in here, to be able to travel to red star bodies, green star bodies, or blue star bodies, you need these different galactic hyperdrives to be able to jump to those areas, and this is how you'd unlock them. This is also where you unlock like that economy scanner that I was using to find the trading post. This is where you find that sort of stuff. So you go in there, and some you unlock with nanites, some you unlock with the salvage data. So you know, this is where if you're doing like building a base, you come in here to get all your different parts. So you can find many different parts in here. You can find your landing pads, galactic terminals, your base, what do they call it? Jump portal thing, teleporter, that's it. You can also get your exocrafts in here. You'd build them on the planets, and then that would allow you to then use those vehicles to drive around. Or you can put this on your freighter that you unlock later, and that allows you to teleport those things directly to planets, and then you can use them as long as your freighter's in the star system. You can also unlock things like this barrel fabricator. That thing I'll show you later. It's actually real handy to unlock certain stuff. But this is also where you would unlock things for like your mines. So basically in here you got your solar panels, you've got your gas extractors, supply depots, mineral extractors, everything you want is in here. So you also got your electromagnetics, so that's how you get like free power rather than using like solar power. You know, it's really, really good, really good. You also have your plants, so you can unlock all your different plants and stuff in here, which later on you'll need to be able to build certain things. So you can unlock all that, many other building materials in here. But you also have your synthetics lab, and in your synthetics lab, when you're building stuff, you're going to need certain things to be able to build them, and this is where you'd unlock it. So you know, you can get your metal plating, you can get things like your Atlas passes that allow you to open doors. There's many different things in here that you can use, heaps of different things. You also have in here is where is it? Yeah, here you have your things for your exocrafts. So this is where you unlock your shields for your exocrafts. You can unlock scanners, miners, many different things in here, but all this stuff needs nanites. So you can either get it from the Nexus place that I was showing you before, or you can go and scan stuff on planets and give it to this guy, and he likes that data, and when you give it to him, he'll give you nanites. So as you can see, I just gave him a bunch and I got what, 1200 nanites from that. So you use those nanites to unlock some of those bits and pieces. And money wise, this is the best way to make money. So on each planet, you can scan them for resources, and then you can mine those resources. This is a mega mine, so you use your little scanner to find them. This is on your multi-tool, and basically, you know, I can find a mine and power to be able to mine it. It's a bit loud here, but yeah. And then I have it all connected to these supply depots, because your miners run when you're not online playing. And so when it's doing that, it will continuously fill up and add your stuff into here. So if you were to grab that, put it into your inventory, and then sell it, that's how you make your money. So you go up to your galactic terminal, sell it. So for instance, if I were to look for it, activated iridium is worth 9,200,000 to sell that. So as you can see at the top left, that's why I'm a billionaire. That's because I have multiple mines across multiple planets, and I just keep visiting all these different mines and sell all the different stuff from them, which gets me a lot of money. So every time I log in, that's basically what I do, and it makes me super rich, mate. It makes me super rich. Excellent tip to give you, best way to make money. So in order to find these different places, to find different mines, you want to go to your galaxy map. In your galaxy map, every one of those stars you can visit, which is insane. But as I was showing you before, some of them you will need Pacific colored hyperdrives to be able to get there. So you got your green systems, your red systems, and your blue systems. You won't be able to visit them unless you have the right drives. But once you do, each one of those systems will have more expensive resources that you can mine and then sell for a more expensive price. So all you got to do is choose it, warp to that place, and then as you can see, it's already warping. And when you get there, you can scan the planets, and each planet will have different resources on it. So if I were to scan this planet now, and as you can see, it has activated iridium. So I'll just land down there, make an activated iridium mine, and then bang, next minute I'm rich. You can also check to see how many planets by going into the discoveries here, and that's how many planets is in this solar system. You can also use your freighter that I was showing you earlier, and you can scan. So it automatically scan all the planets around, so you don't have to individually scan every planet. And that's one fast way of finding resources. Another fast way to find them is using these exocrafts. So these are your exocrafts. You can make many different types of them, but the main reason you get them is because you can add these shields to them, which will allow you then to go onto like places where there's real extreme weather and it doesn't affect you. They just run on carbon as well, like, so it's pretty cheap to run, or oxygen, you know, pretty cheap to run. But you can add many different modules to these things, like grip modules. You can build new ones, so you can add things like your drift suspension and like all sorts of different stuff. You can add scanners. You can add like scanners that allow you to like scan further, that sort of stuff. Excellent things to have on planets. Just allows you to get around that a little bit quicker and easier while you're on a planet, especially if you're looking for places to make mines. So that's what I use them for. The next thing you're going to want is, as you're playing the game, further on you'll be able to unlock yourself one of these, which is your freighter. Now this is basically a mobile base that you can move around into any galaxy you want. All the way around it, all those little ships, they're frigates, and they're basically like a protection unit that protects my ship, and you can send them out on little missions and they'll bring you back resources from those little missions. Another good reason to have one of these is you can use it as like a garage, you know. So basically the garage is, you can have all your different ships in here, many different ships. There's only a certain amount you can have though, but yeah, you can have many different ships. As you can see, I got a lot of S-class and exotics and stuff in here. You know, we do it good here. We do it good here. But that's what you can use this place for. But not only can you do that, you can also add different modules inside of it. So for instance, this is one of the storage modules, and you can add like heaps of storage to it. So you can see how many of those storage units I got. I can add so much storage, and I can take that into every single galaxy that I'm in. You can also add like little vendors and stuff. They'll send you off on little missions and just sort of unlock stuff for free instead of using like nanites and that to unlock them. These are miners. So this right now my ship's sitting here mining in this galaxy, and it's mining resources. So not only can I get those resources, but I can also sell them. This is that thing I was telling you about where you can scan it, and what it'll do is it'll scan every planet that's in the solar system, and it'll show me all the different resources on every single planet. So all I got to do is go like that and say, okay, that one's got the most expensive, like activated copper. Go to that planet, make a mine, or find the mine, make a mine, and then bang, next minute you're rich, mate. You can also add things like gardens and stuff. So I got like gravity balls, frost crystals, just stuff that I'm going to need later on. You can also add things like this fleet commander, which is how you control those freighters that are out on side, like outside. When they're off on a mission, they'll show up here, and then it will show you like how far they are in their mission, so you can tell where they are. You can also add things like large refiners, which allows you to refine stuff with using the power of the freighter. Plus, you can mix 3 things together. The only place you can do that. You can also add modules like this one, which is your exocraft module. This is how I was saying, where you can spawn stuff on the planet as long as you have your freighter in that star system. So you can spawn things like your vehicle, bang, just like that, or even an AI companion that will run around and protect you while you're on the planet. So if you get into any fights or wars or anything like that, he will actually protect you. So real excellent thing to have. That's a more later game thing. But you can also add like little things on here too, like these drums that are here, these fabricators, and I can get stuff for free. See how that gave me like an antimatter, and then it gave me the antimatter housing. So you mix them two together, and you can make warp drives to be able to warp your spaceships. You mean? So I get that for free, mate. Get that for free. Not only that, I got mega gardens on here. So these mega gardens, all these pieces that I'm growing here, when I mix them together, they create like things that you can sell that sell for a lot of money. So if you want to be able to sell these things, this is how you do it. And so I can be making money while I'm flying around the galaxy. Talking about selling, you can also have your own galactic selling system here. So basically you can go on here, you can buy things, you can sell things, all straight off your freighter. You don't even have to go to a space station or anything anymore. You can just add one of these, and really handy to have, really handy to have. Okay, so the other thing that I should have probably told you earlier is you can spawn in your ship on any planet while you're just standing around, as long as you have the jump fuel in the jump drive thing for it. You can do this, so make sure you got the fuel, otherwise you won't be able to do that. And what I mean by that is if you go into here, look at the one that has the legs. It's got 81%, the launch thrusters. You need to add fuel to that, and as long as it's got fuel in it, you can do that at any point, at any time. Now, these guys here are your sentinels. They're like a police force that's basically on the worlds. Now, you don't want to be attacking them or like attacking anything on the planets, because they will attack you, and when they do that, if you start shooting back, you'll end up in a massive galactic war with them. So you got to be real careful. They're no joke at all. But we're going to leave this one here. So I think we've come pretty far along. So hopefully you all like that. Smash the like button, consider hitting the subscribe button. I have plenty more videos just up here, and then yeah, as always, I'll catch you in the next episode. See you later!